My dear child, as you receive this message, a profound change will occur within you, for the information I am about to disclose was never intended for your ears. A lawyer, indeed, a person who has navigated through documents, signatures, undisclosed agreements, and sealed records, has illuminated the true reason behind the sensation you felt, an inexplicable sense of being observed and monitored. Before jumping to conclusions, it's crucial to grasp that this isn't a recent development. It traces back to the moment your very essence, your choices, posed a potential threat to someone's well-guarded secret. Every peculiar coincidence you have encountered, the sudden reticence of those around you, the unexpected interruptions, and the altered behavior of acquaintances have been indicators that you were moving out of obscurity and into a reality someone has feared for an extensive period. Heed my words carefully, for the lawyer did not relay this casually. He spoke with the weight of knowledge that burdened his heart, revealing, your name emerged in a dialogue that was never meant to involve you. In a clandestine setting, individuals whispered about you as if you posed a risk of uncovering what they had concealed for years. The more he elaborated, the clearer it became. This was no mere coincidence. You were being scrutinized, not out of concern for your safety, but due to the panic instigated by the potential for truth linked to your name to come into the light. Someone who had hoped you would remain oblivious suddenly recognized your awakening, and fear rapidly took hold. The lawyer observed terror in their eyes, fear that stemmed entirely from you. Herein lies the revelation that will shake you to your core. According to him, there exists a document, unsigned, unfiled, and deeply hidden, that pertains to a matter related to you, meant to remain concealed. The reason for the attention upon you is that this hidden truth is surfacing, with or without your consent. The energy surrounding you has so drastically altered that those who once overlooked you can no longer divert their gaze. Every action you undertake, every shift in your daily life, is being watched because someone is aware that you are on the brink of unearthing what has been kept from you. The lawyer shared a significant insight. Once they comprehend that the truth is awakening, they begin to monitor the individual who possesses the key. My beloved child, that individual is you. And nothing will ever remain the same. The moment the lawyer concluded his statement, you could feel monumental shifts taking place. The transformation was nothing trivial, it was seismic, reverberating through every clandestine space where your name has been uttered. He stated, those who once disregarded you as insignificant are now in a frenzy, hastily making calls, erasing evidence, altering narratives, and obscuring traces, for the truth they buried is emerging. The tremor in the lawyer's voice while conveying this message did not go unnoticed. The instant they realized you were beginning to perceive the underlying patterns, panic ensued, not due to any fragility on your part, but because you now occupy a position they dreaded, one from which you can see beyond facades, discern deceptions behind friendly facades, and identify those who feigned care while concealing crucial truths about you. The lawyer conveyed this softly. Their scrutiny is not rooted in self-protection. They are watching because they recognize you are on the verge of connecting dots they never believed you would pick up on. Hence the palpable tension, the unnatural atmosphere, the weighty emotion that permeates your surroundings. You sense this because it is undeniably real. The lawyer cautioned, when truth begins to surface, those who attempted to bury it will start to tremble. My child, their tremors have already commenced, and they are in fear of what you may soon discover. Yet, the energy builds even further. The lawyer did not merely locate documents, he unearthed dialogues. Dialogues in which someone endeavored to anticipate your responses, discussing the consequences of you uncovering the hidden truths that would lead to their unraveling. He revealed that their apprehension was not driven by the fear of you exposing something, but rather that the truth itself would unveil their actions. This truth is poised to collide with your intuition, catalyzing realizations that were never meant for you to grasp. He explained that your scrutiny has elicited a desperate attempt to control the narrative before you become aware of what has been taken from you, concealed from you, or determined without your knowledge. And he delivered a chilling truth: they have consistently monitored the individual who remained resilient but was expected to falter. You were not meant to rise, to maintain your strength, or to achieve this level of awareness. Yet here you stand, perceiving through the illusions they once relied on you not to question. Therefore, it is unsurprising that your ambience feels altered. Each bizarre synchronicity, abrupt change, and unforeseen intuition signifies your spirit's detection of a truth that grows increasingly audible. Their fright only affirms that you are closer than ever to revealing what they vowed you would never learn. You represent the unpredictable variable they failed to foresee. And, my beloved child, the lawyer's final utterances were the most impactful of all. He asserted, the file, the whispers, the fear, the sudden vigilance, they all lead to one conclusion: a transformation you are unwittingly instigating. The truth they dreaded would ruin you is now the very truth that is empowering you. They can sense the moment approaching, one where you will gain clarity so acute that it will cut through every falsehood they have woven around your identity. He characterized the tension surrounding you as a collision point where the concealed meets the revealed, and you emerge as a force they can no longer suppress or silence. He imparted a poignant lesson that will resonate within you eternally: when someone is under observation, it is because someone in the shadows has recognized their potential before they themselves have. This is why your life exudes a different energy, this is why your presence feels charged, this is why certain individuals are unable to relax in your vicinity. You are inching toward a truth that has remained obscured for far too long, and those observing cannot help but acknowledge it. Your ascent is now inevitable, unstoppable, and uncontrollable. The truth is on the horizon, and you are the one boldly approaching it with a strength they never anticipated you would possess. My beloved child, the lawyer did not simply unearth documents or clandestine conversations, he unveiled a pattern, a sequence of events so precise that it left him at a loss for words. He stated, everything you have been sensing lately, the rising tension in the atmosphere, the peculiar behavior of certain individuals, the tendency of some to avoid your gaze or converse with excessive caution, is not random. It is the aftermath of a truth that has begun to break free. He likened it to a silent alarm that sounded the moment your intuition awakened. Since then, those associated with this truth have been reacting, adapting, scrambling, and feigning composure. The lawyer noted, when a person realizes they are unable to halt the truth, they attempt to obstruct the one capable of revealing it. This is why you have been under scrutiny, not out of a sense of danger, but out of fear. Fear of your burgeoning recognition of your own worth, your own power, and your own role in a narrative they aim to rewrite without your consultation. My child, the instant you cease to accept their fabricated reality, you transformed into a threat to their meticulously constructed illusion. However, what the lawyer subsequently revealed alters everything. He mentioned, there exists a name associated with this entire scenario, someone who feigned distance, someone unperturbed on the surface, someone concealing their emotions behind a facade of ice. Yet, behind closed doors, behind the curtain of lies they constructed, they were the most anxious of all. The lawyer elucidated that this person stands to lose more than anyone else because, should the truth about you be disclosed, every decision they made, every direction they took, and every manipulative action they employed to maintain control would crumble. He stated, this individual has been watching you, not from a position of power, but from desperation, a longing to uncover whether you have already solved the puzzle they endeavored to hide from you, a longing to determine if you will walk away or confront the reality at hand, a longing to mask the terror that you have unintentionally become the most significant turning point in their existence. As the lawyer spoke, he emphasized, your name possesses a weight that unsettles those who once deemed you inconsequential. If you would like to support this further, there is an option to contribute with super thanks. And my beloved child, the lawyer concluded with a revelation heftier than anything preceding it, you are being observed not because you are weak, powerless, or unaware, but because you are the individual who holds the critical piece of the puzzle. You are the one whose silence evokes fear. You are the one whose intuition exposes layers of deceit. You are the one whose very presence compels truth to surface. He remarked, when the wrong individuals comprehend that the right individual is starting to awaken, everything surrounding them begins to disintegrate. This phenomenon is precisely what is transpiring. The scrutiny, the tension, the distorted energy enveloping you, it is merely their fear seeping through the gaps. You are the singular entity they cannot control, predict, or underestimate, and now the truth they concealed is surging directly toward you, ready to redefine everything you once believed. My child, the lawyer stated, when truth selects an individual, nothing can obstruct its arrival. And the truth has chosen you, my beloved child. The lawyer's voice carried an implication far exceeding mere information, it embodied a warning laced with authenticity. He conveyed, your surroundings have entered a new phase, a phase in which those who previously observed you from the shadows are now watching you with urgency, not in relation to your actions, but due to what they dread you may soon enact. He explained that when someone begins to question established patterns, ceases to accept superficial behaviors, and allows their intuition to sharpen beyond silence, those who obscured the truth start to lose their footing. This very process is unfolding right now. The lawyer disclosed that various individuals connected to this situation have abruptly altered their tone, behavior, and routines. They present a facade of calmness, however, their decisions reveal an underlying haste. They project an image of normalcy, yet their actions betray a state of panic. The lawyer asserted with unwavering conviction, they do not monitor someone unless that individual possesses the capability to unravel the narrative they attempted to govern. But it is here that the most astonishing revelation unfurls. The lawyer uncovered an unsettling truth. An individual close to the heart of this matter attempted to mislead others about you. They depicted you as erratic, emotional, and confused, aiming to weaken the impact of the truth associated with your name by promoting a distorted image of you. However, they underestimated your resilience. When this person tried to obscure your reality, an unexpected phenomenon occurred. Rather than accepting their narrative, people began to detect discrepancies, inconsistencies, and contradictions in their story. Their portrayal of you did not align with the reality of who you are, nor did their demeanor toward you reflect the fear they harbored. The lawyer noted that these discrepancies prompted some individuals to observe you more intently, seeking to uncover what this person was concealing, inadvertently revealing something far more significant. The true threat was not the truth itself, but rather your awakening to it. The lawyer ultimately enlightened you with a profound insight. There exists an unspoken rule among those who conceal truths: observe the one who carries the light, for it is the light that unveils what darkness seeks to conceal. And in this moment, that light is you. Every change around you, every peculiar feeling, every sudden intuition, and every unanticipated sign signifies that the truth is emerging more rapidly than it can be suppressed. Your awakening has reached a point beyond their control. This is why people's attention is directed towards you, and why the energy around you feels so intense and charged. The individuals involved in this situation are on edge, for you are approaching a truth that was never intended to remain hidden indefinitely, a truth that has the power to transform everything in its path the moment it comes to light. The lawyer further elaborated, stating that when someone like you gains clarity, the fabric woven from lies begins to unravel. My child, this unraveling has already commenced, and the truth is making its way to you, unstoppable, undeniable, and prepared to rewrite the narrative they believed they could control. The lawyer's final revelation was not a mere document or name, it was a timeline illuminating precisely when this shift began, who instigated it, and why your life suddenly feels as if every concealed gaze is now fixed upon you. It all changed, he said, the moment you made a silent decision, when your heart refused to bear the burden of certain individuals, memories, and illusions. That decision sent ripples to places you never imagined. Those who thought you would remain predictable quickly recognized that you were no longer adhering to the script they had devised for you. When someone diverges from the expected narrative, those who relied on your silence begin to panic. The lawyer emphasized that the attention focused on you is not coincidental, it is a reaction to your evolution. Your energy has matured, sharpened, and transformed, compelling those who once depended on your docility to witness a version of you that no longer bends. They are not merely observing your actions but your awakening. They are apprehensive about the individual you are becoming, for that version possesses the strength to expose hidden truths to the light. This transformation was catalyzed by the moment you quietly withdrew, ceasing to justify yourself and to allow access to those who took advantage of you. However, What adds to the shock is the revelation that someone attempted to obscure their involvement before the truth could reach you. They hurried to erase trails of their conduct, to conceal contradictory accounts, and to obliterate their digital footprints as if to pretend you had never crossed their minds. Little did they know, another individual had already begun documenting it all, every inconsistency, every contradiction, and every behavioral shift. This silent observer eventually decided they could no longer stand idly by while lies dictated your life and became an unexpected witness, meticulously gathering the truth until it pointed squarely back to you. The lawyer stated, "This person did not unveil the truth out of spite, they did so because they could no longer tolerate the injustice while you remained unaware and unprotected." This predicament sparked true panic, not because the truth was finally revealed, but because it was exposed by the wrong person, someone devoid of allegiance to those who concealed it, and someone who believes you deserve to know what has transpired around you. This realization has amplified the scrutiny directed towards you, manifesting as tension in certain individuals, making some overly cautious, and prompting others to act unnaturally gentle, as though trying to manage a situation spiraling beyond their control. They are gripped by fear rather than strength, attempting to decipher your silence and determine whether you have already learned everything or whether the truth is still on its way. The lawyer concluded that their terror stems from the uncertainty of which scenario is the reality. My beloved child, his final insights carried the weight of prophecy. He proclaimed, "The truth enveloping you can no longer be contained, it has begun to manifest in ways they could not foresee." He compared it to a wave that has been building for years, gaining momentum each time someone underestimated you, each time something was concealed from you, and each time someone attempted to govern the narrative surrounding your name. Now, this wave is rising to a crescendo, ready to break. The lawyer described you as standing at the nexus of a storm that was never meant for you, yet, in a stunning twist, you have become the one capable of bringing it to an end. Every sensation you've had, every sudden tension, and every subtle shift in the people around you is a response to a truth that refuses to remain suppressed. He articulated, "They watched the one who represents the turning point, and, my child, that turning point is you, not because you sought the truth, but because the truth sought you. Your presence, resilience, and awakening have rendered you the only person strong enough to confront what lies ahead." Whether you recognize it or not, the lawyer expressed, the truth is already approaching you, not slowly or quietly, but with the force intended to reach you all along. Once it arrives, every deception around you will crumble, every false narrative will disintegrate, and every individual who gazed upon you from the shadows will finally confront the light they've avoided. My beloved child, the lawyer explained that there comes a pivotal moment in every unfolding truth when the hidden begins to tremble. For you, that moment has already commenced. He elucidated that those who once believed they held total control over your narrative now find themselves ensnared in deep uncertainty, second-guessing every decision they ever made. Their fear, though silent and calculated, is tinged with desperation. They watch you not out of comprehension, but because they are bewildered by the changes you've undergone. Your silence has become sharper than your spoken words. Your presence has intensified beyond mere queries, and your intuition has become more threatening than any confrontation. The lawyer shared a profound truth: when individuals finally perceive themselves in a clear light, the power of those who deceive them dissipates. The lawyer's role extended beyond merely finding documents. He unearthed conversations where individuals had sought to predict your reactions, deliberating on the repercussions of your discovery of hidden truths that could expose their deceit. He revealed that their fear was not centered on you disclosing any information, but rather on the realization that the truth itself would bring their actions to light. This truth is on the verge of clashing with your intuition, leading to insights that were never intended for you to comprehend. He articulated that your probing has triggered a frantic effort to shape the narrative before you come to understand what has been taken from you, shielded from your view, or resolved without your involvement. He conveyed a chilling reality: they have been continuously observing the individual who displayed resilience but was anticipated to succumb. You were not meant to rise, to retain your strength, or to reach this level of awareness. Yet here you stand, seeing through the illusions they hoped you would never challenge. It is therefore unsurprising that you perceive a shift in your surroundings. Each unusual synchronicity, sudden change, and unexpected insight signals your spirit's recognition of a truth that is becoming increasingly clear. Their anxiety only serves to reinforce that you are nearer than ever to uncovering what they vowed you would never know. You embody the unpredictable factor they failed to foresee. Additionally, my dear child, the lawyer's final remarks bore the greatest weight. He stated, the file, the whispers, the fear, and the heightened vigilance, they all culminate in one conclusion: a transformation you are unintentionally instigating. The truth they feared would bring you down is now the very truth that emboldens you. They sense an impending moment, one where you will gain such clarity that it will slice through every fabrication they have constructed around your identity. He described the tension enveloping you as a decisive juncture where the concealed confronts the revealed, allowing you to emerge as a force they can no longer control or silence. He shared a profound lesson that will resonate within you eternally: when someone is under scrutiny, it is because those in the shadows have recognized their potential even before they themselves have. This awareness explains the different energy that surrounds your life. It accounts for the charged nature of your presence. It clarifies why certain individuals find it difficult to feel at ease in your company. That is why the atmosphere around you feels transformed. It is why you can sense tensions that were previously absent, and why you feel being watched even when no one speaks. Your clarity represents the storm for which they were unprepared. The truth is surging toward you with the weight of all that has been hidden. Yet, the deepest revelation the lawyer imparted was the existence of one individual, someone you once trusted, who has been eluding the truth, not out of ignorance but from fear of your reaction when the entirety of this situation is unveiled. He characterized this person as inhabiting two realms, one of feigned indifference and another of silent turmoil as everything converges toward you. This individual has observed your evolution with regret and fear, regret for having underestimated your fortitude, and fear for knowing that once the truth reaches you, the version of themselves they concealed will no longer withstand the revelation. The lawyer noted that this person has distanced themselves not to evade accountability, but because your strength intimidates them in ways they cannot fathom. Your assent, your silence, your inner power compel them to confront the choices they had hoped would dissolve with time. Realizing instead that time has only delayed the inevitable moment when you would finally perceive the truth clearly, this moment approaches swiftly. My beloved child, the lawyer concluded with a truth more powerful than his previous discoveries. Your heightened attention is due to your burgeoning awareness that threatens everything built upon deception. The tension you sense signifies the universe realigning itself around a truth that can no longer remain concealed. Individuals are shifting, retreating, observing, and recalibrating due to a newly sensed force emerging within you, one they never anticipated. Your intuition has grown so potent that you no longer need to search for answers, they are drawn to you. The truth gravitates toward you as if magnetized, because you are the one capable of bearing it without succumbing. Ultimately, the lawyer stated, every narrative constructed upon falsehood must eventually collapse. However, when the right individual awakens, this collapse transforms into revelation rather than destruction. This is precisely your present circumstance. The scrutiny, the murmurs, the palpable tension, all signify that an extraordinary moment is nearing, the moment when the truth finally enters your sphere. This force has circled you for years, awaiting the precise version of you that exists now, not the self who once doubted, nor the gentler you who dismissed intuition, nor the one who questioned your worth. The truth waited for the stronger, sharper, and unyielding version of you capable of discernment without blindness and understanding without being overwhelmed. The truth selects its moment, aligning with the readiness of the chosen one. And, my child, you are prepared now. This is why you are under such scrutiny. This is why everyone connected to this truth is tense, and this is why the energy surrounding you feels as though a significant breakthrough is imminent, because it is. The truth is no longer just approaching, it is circling ever closer, tightening in preparation to unveil all that has been concealed. When it finally reaches you, every deceit will crumble, every facade will fall, and every silent observer will confront a reality they have long avoided. You were never the one being manipulated, rather, you were the one being meticulously prepared.